Hi guys, this is a video on how to write a cover letter correctly. This video is meant for beginners and experienced applicants of jobs and people who want to improve their cover letter or actually create one tailored to their job. First of all, what is a cover letter? A cover letter is what accompanies and complements your resume or curriculum vitae. What it serves to do is to interpret the outline data on your resume and verbalize it into paper. What it actually does is adds personality and shows the hiring manager whether you can verbalize your thoughts, like your skills in writing, things like it's basically a paper to sell yourself and what can't be said in the resume. What it does is creates a lasting first impression for the hiring employer about you. So some general points. What you have to do about your cover letter is to tailor it to your prospective employer's needs. You can't just write a generic cover letter and send it to a bunch of employers hoping that they read it. It's similar to like how people send junk mail to everybody. We don't really read it, we just throw it away in the trash. What you have to do in it is that you have to explain your interest in the company, and it helps you identify your most relevant skills and experiences on paper. And just remember that relevancy is the key to success for this thing. So first off, you have to include your contact information on the top of the page. So you have to place both of your information and the employer's information. So how you would format it is at the top of the page you would put your address, the current date, skip a few lines, the employer's name, their title, the company's name, and the address of the company. You did see correctly that there is employer's name, so what you want to do is to try your best to get the employer's name so that you can be a little bit more personal and it shows that you've tried hard to obtain that type of information. Once you've given up all your contact information, the first paragraph is basically the introduction, and this is where you state why you're writing and what your purpose is, and this includes what you're applying for, how you heard of the open position, whether it be on the internet or like an ad. But if you were given the position through a career center, it's best not to include it. And then lastly, you have to explain why you're interested in the position, and make sure to be very brief and specific. The second paragraph is basically the meat of the paper, and it's basically all the stuff that the employer would consider into the hiring process about you. So this is where you explain why and how you're qualified. What you do is you highlight your most relevant skills and qualities, include specific experiences and accomplishments about your general qualities, and you have to make sure to provide examples because people want to see how you're like that and how you did such things and how you accomplished such things. One of the biggest things you want to try to not do is to repeat your resume, but instead complement it, discuss, and elaborate on it. And then at the end of the second paragraph, what you want to do is to tie it all together on how it makes you the perfect candidate for the job. Lastly, the third paragraph is the closing. It's a final short closing statement, and it sums up everything that's been discussed. What you want to do in this closing is to request for an interview and specify a specific time range to contact and to follow up. Follow up is very important because it shows you that you are interested in a job and that you want to make sure that you have have genuine interest in the job. So whether it be by giving them a call and asking if they've received your resume and cover letter, and if they've considered you and such and such. And lastly, what you want to do is to thank the employer for taking their time to read the letter. Once that's all done, you have three good paragraphs in your cover letter, and that should be it. So all you have to do is sign it and print your name, and then send it off with your resume. So thank you for listening. If you want more tips on how to build your resume, cover letter, CV, or some interview tips, go to www.myresumetoday.info. Thank you. Bye.